Namaste and good evening, everybody. I would like to thank Professor Jia for inviting me to speak at this International Youth Economic Growth Meet. I am Vijaya Kesari. In this 21st century, I was asked to speak about women empowerment. I am not sure if I should be ashamed or I should feel happy to be speaking about women empowerment. While women like Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams had already traveled to this space, and women like Mary Kom and Sania Mirza, who topped the charts in sports, and beautiful women like Aishwarya, Sushmita and Diana Hedden were already crowned Miss World and Miss Universe. And women leaders like Miss Indira Gandhi, who led the nation with her leadership, and women like Sonia Gandhi, who was ranked third most powerful woman in the world by Forbes, and women like Kiranbedi and Chandrakala, who are in law enforcement and civil services, are terror to the goons and trying to keep the law and order in place in the country. And young women like Purna Malawat, who conquered Everest at the youngest age in the world, and Malaila, who received the Nobel Peace Prize recently. Then, why do I need to speak about women empowerment? Why not men? While men and women both are equally important in the society. Well, the names I mentioned just now are 0.1% of the female population in the world. So what are the historical changes that led to the male-dominated society today? If you look at the ancient Indian scriptures, woman was and is symbolic to power, Shakti, education, Saraswati, and wealth, Lakshmi. And if you notice the scriptures, women like Kunti Devi had liberty and freedom to decide a man of her choice to get pregnant with and deliver a baby. So she chose sun god and delivered Karna. So as Anjana Devi, she chose wind god and delivered Anjaneya. So in that era, did women really had this liberty and freedom? In 21st century, parents find the groom, give the dowry, and get the girls married. But in those days, women had so much freedom that she chose a strong and smart man by arranging Swayamvara. And till today, there are some tribals who follow Swayamvara. There are historical facts in the form of inscriptions where the great king was called Gautami Putra Shatakarna. Shatakarna was the king's name. Gautami was his mother's name. Putra means son. So, the kings or men in those days were addressed with their mother's first name before their name. So, what led to this society from that kind of society? In Ramayana, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna were born when King Dashratha performed yajna, the ritual with mantras and prayers, and gave the offerings to his wives to conceive and deliver the babies. And so as Panchapandavas who were born to different gods. Looking at all this, woman was very independent and lived with her own views and ideology. Then what happened to the society now? Our current Indian society thinks some of the chores or professions are restricted to women, such as cooking and washing clothes at home. But the same chores are done by men outside in the market. That means women are forced to do these chores at home, but when it comes to financial development, status, and earning money, men would not feel ashamed to become chef or run a laundromat or do dry cleaning. Where did we get such things that are bringing shame to this society? Woman lived with respect and believed in her strengths. And so as society respected women empowerment in that era. Until Pandavas, there used to be such respect for women. After that, the society started shifting to the current condition. Almost everything on earth is addressed after a woman, starting from nature to a country, such as Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and Mother India. But in practical life, it is totally opposite in current society. For a woman to be empowered, the first thing is women should not be an enemy to other women. Women is killing the girl children before they were born. The genocide and infanticide has reached record levels in India, declining girl ratio compared to boys. Women should stop abusing, harassing, and killing their daughter-in-laws and sister-in-laws for dowry. Start respecting your fellow women. Start respecting your own gender. And there are so many rapes, abuse happening in the society. The parents should start teaching their sons and daughters about culture and civilization. Women development does not happen if somebody comes and gives it to you. Somebody does not have to come develop you or empower you. It has to happen within yourself. Woman has to empower herself. Woman has to develop herself. The true meaning of empowerment is when a woman has increased financial strength, increased social strength, and when she receives moral support from society. You do not want to be equal to men. Rather, you want to be better than them. As we see, the world is void of peace and harmony because of lack of women leadership. You saw young girl Malaila was shot point blank just because she was encouraging girl education. You saw leaders like Indira Gandhi and Benazir Bhutto were assassinated because they want to lead the nation. And you are seeing every 22 minutes in India without any age restrictions, starting from 2 years old to 90 years old. They get raped, and there are currently 94,000 pending rape cases yet to be heard in Indian courts today. And you see many female infants are found in dumpsters, garbage, or eaten by stray dogs every day in India. None of these situations is a woman's or girl's fault. Yet they get abused, harassed, raped, and killed. Women needs to be better than men to make better society and better country and bring peace and eradicate atrocities in the name of religion and gender. Women need to lead the governments to bring tough laws, and this can only be achieved if women gets educated, becomes financially independent, and takes up social responsibility and stay fearless. And finally, I would like to mention that no matter how many times the life will hit you hard, fight back and show life that you are a tough one to fight with. And remember that failure is road to success. No matter how many times you fail, keep trying and succeeding. Namaste.